Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a juiced 2.5 in favor of the Eagles. 45 is the total. If I knew Jalen Hurts' finger was straight, I would bet this right now because, like we said, this Bucs team, Baker played great this year. And listen, hats off to him, this team that everybody was writing off at the beginning of the year, me included, because I thought they were just going to break down. They didn't do it. They end up winning the division. Good on them. But Baker's coming in with multiple injuries. He looked pretty bad today in a game against a defense that he should have been able to really go in there and carve up. And as bad as the Eagles' defense has been, it's no worse than what the Panthers are putting out there. And so even if you think the Eagles have the nut-low defense in all of the NFL, well, Baker had an opportunity with like the 30th defense today, and he wasn't able to do anything with it. So, man, if I knew we had a proper hand, I would be betting this, but I don't. So I can't do it yet.
Nice, strong two poker references there in one little diatribe. I was looking forward to betting Tampa Bay +5, and because of how bad the Eagles have looked the last couple weeks, it's Eagles -2.5, and now I'm like, I think I should probably bet the Eagles -2.5. But again, it's a combination of the hand, and on top of that, what's A.J. Brown's status? And I don't trust this Eagles defense at all. I have them 31st right now over the last 4 or 5 weeks, so it's a very, very bad defense. I'm not sure that Tampa can take advantage of it. There are still some injuries on the Tampa side that I'm a little concerned about against this offense. This is one of those where, like, if you like the Eagles, you got to take a little bit now. Because you may not
a clean injury report, and this thing is going to. You're not
getting So and you were already at -120. This opened at 2.5 -115. So I should say I saw this a little earlier at 2.5 -115. So we've already seen some movement there toward the Eagles side of this. So you got to at least think that there's going to be a little bit more money coming in that direction. And so then the real big question is, okay, how do I handle this moving forward? I think this is Eagles money until we get to 3, and then we'll see what happens from there.
We just talked about the Eagles and the Bucs. This is sitting 2.5. Now, juiced all the way to 120 right now, 45. And so our best piece of advice with this, and we are not doctors, and we have no idea who is and is not going to play, unfortunately, right now. But it seems if you want the Eagles under 3, it seems as if the market doesn't really care who is going to be healthy in this. It seems like this is going to 3 regardless, and certainly if a clean injury report comes up, it's going to go maybe even on the other side of 3 with this deal. So it kind of seems like you need to act now if you want under a field goal with the Eagles.
Yeah, we saw this. It was -2.5, -115 earlier. We're up to -120 now. So there is Eagles money that's come into the market since this game got posted up. I would expect this is Eagles 3 sometime tomorrow. And then once we find out the injury report, that's when it makes its next move. Because, look, the books don't want to go to 3.5 after posting a 2.5 until they have much more information. So my guess is we stay at 3 until, let's call it Wednesday, when the first injury report comes out. And then you could see a move depending on what you get from Brown, what you get from Hurts, and then kind of decide where to go from there. But I think if you want some 2.5 Eagles, you should take at least a half unit or a quarter unit, whatever you feel comfortable with at this point. Because if that does disappear, at least you have that position started.
So we, again, we don't know exactly what's going on here. All I can tell you is I did see a still picture
of the finger,
and
not good.
Yeah.
It looks funky, man.
And I guess there's a technical medical name for what happened to it, but we're on air. I didn't have time to read exactly what it is, but like, so there's something that happened to it. Like there is some sort of thing. There's a name for it.
You'd almost want it to be dislocated, right? Because I have played. I don't know if you ever played Chicago style softball, where they have the big softballs and you don't wear gloves. I played shortstop in a league. I have broken fingers that are still not straight from playing that. And when you break your finger, it is a lot worse than if you jam a knuckle or if you dislocate. Because if you break a finger, you have to wrap that finger to your next one closest and wear a brace on it. It's hard to throw a football when you have a finger wrapped to another and a brace. When you dislocate it, you can pop it in. You can just put tape over that specific knuckle and be able to go out there and be able to sling it. So if it's not broken, that is a plus for the Eagles.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be something here whenever we take a look and try and figure out, where this all settles.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.